Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another scary story from the internet. So let's dive right into The Forgotten Phone by The Caged Bird 2. I bought a second-hand smartphone online. It was an incredible deal. Brand new, it would cost $800, but I got it for $100. When it arrived, I inserted my SIM card and I noticed that there were already photos saved on the camera roll. Nothing too crazy, just some selfies of an attractive girl. I assumed that these were the previous owner. I don't know. I didn't think much of it. I changed the phone's wallpaper to a nice picture of a beach and went about my day. That evening, when I returned home from work, I found a new photo on my phone. It was a selfie of the same girl from the photos taken on the day I received the phone. But this time she had a black eye and a cut above her lip. Her face was bruised and swollen. I immediately felt a chill run down my spine. I tried calling my phone company to see if they could track the previous owner, but of course, since it was a second-hand phone and the previous owner had most likely erased all of her data, they couldn't find anything. I should have just stopped right there. But something kept me from doing so. I wanted to know who this girl was. I began searching through the phone's photo gallery, and I found a video. It was filmed in what looked like a basement. The girl from the photos was in the video, but she wasn't alone. There was another girl there, too. This one had cuts and bruises all over her arms and legs. She looked malnourished, and she was chained up to a concrete pillar. The girl filming the video was talking to her, trying to comfort her. The girl, being held captive, started crying and begged the other girl to get help. The girl filming shook her head and said, "No, once he gets back, he'll kill us both." She turned the camera away and the screen went black. As soon as the video ended, a new one started playing. It was the same girl being held captive. She had a piece of cloth wrapped around her head like a blindfold. She was kneeling on the ground while the other girl stood in front of her, holding a knife. The girl with the knife started speaking in a low voice, saying things like, "Do you understand how much pain he's caused me?" Then she turned the camera away and made gurgling sounds as if she was cutting something. The video ended before I could see anything on screen. At that moment, I wished I had never found that phone. I wanted to throw it out the window. I mean, what kind of sick person would do this? Who would film such a thing, and then just leave the video on a phone as if we would just magically stop seeing it after one viewing. I felt like I had stumbled upon something terrible, like a snuff film or something. I tried to convince myself that it was just a movie, that those girls were actors, and that the whole thing was staged. But something in the back of my mind told me otherwise. Then it hit me. The girl who was being held captive in those videos is the same girl who took the photos of herself on the phone. She had sent those photos to the people she wanted to get help from, but no one had come. And now she was dead. That realization sent chills down my spine. I decided that I had had enough. I needed to get rid of that phone. As I walked toward the trash can, I heard a knock at the door. It was my neighbor. She asked me if I had seen the news report about the missing girls. Apparently 2 girls had gone missing in our city. Their names were Name and Name. The police had no leads in the case, and the families were offering a reward for any information that could lead to their whereabouts. My neighbor said that the police had been going door to door, asking if anyone had any information, and she was on her way to file a missing persons report for them. My hands were shaking as I dialed 911. Could this be the phone? Was this really the last place Name had been seen? And why did she leave the phone behind? What did the police find on the phone? How did they react when they found out that I had already found those videos? This is the end of part 1 of The Forgotten Phone. Will there be a part 2? Well, that depends on how well part 1 is received. If you want to hear part 2, hit that like button and leave a comment below telling me what you thought about the story. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching.